Hello and welcome to the Transverse Line, where we make contact with people on and off the court through Victoria's premier netball competition. My name's Angela Banbury. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm here at the State Netball Centre. I'm on the Walk of Fame. All the greats of Victorian netball, including these two. They had a little bit of fun over the weekend. So I'm here. It's prelim final night of VNL. It's championship division of City West Falcons versus Burundara Express. And in the 23s, it's Northeast Blaze up against Melbourne University Lightning. So I'll find a coach, bench official, player, umpire, whoever it might be to have a chat and talk about their netball journey. So stick with us, get to the Transverse Line and let's have a little bit of fun through netball. Welcome back to the Transverse Line. I'm joined by Steph Norton. Welcome, Steph.
Welcome. Thanks for having me. Oh,
I said to you we weren't going to edit, and you
stuffed it up already.
Brilliant. This is the fun part. Mate, is that a little bit of nerves creeping in?
Maybe. You know, there's always, I think, a touch of nerves going into a knockout final.
Yep.
But lots of confidence in our team tonight, and we're really excited to see what happens.
I'm excited to see what happens. Now, I didn't actually say it. You're the coach of the 23s at Melbourne University Lightning. So this is why we're here tonight, prelim final.
Yep.
I'm going to be a bit honest here. We probably expected this to be the grand final.
Yep.
So what's happened? Talk us a little bit about what's happened and how you see tonight's game.
Yeah, look, I think in the 23s, anyone can win on any given day.
Yep.
There's such a range of quality and different players in each team that step up each week. And no matter who was in that top six, I think they were all could have that shot of the grand final.
Yep.
So Geelong came away last week with that win against Blaze, tight tussle, and earned themselves that spot in the grand final.
Yeah.
We hadn't played them since round 2, so you know there's obviously a lot of development since then.
Yes.
So hopefully we get the opportunity to play them next week.
Yeah, nice one. And of course we saw City West Falcons, who finished sixth in the first week, go on and So like you said, it's a perfect analogy to say anyone can win it.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the match tonight. There's obviously some key matchups.
Yeah, definitely.
What's been your plan of attack? What have you sort of looked for, or has it just been about you?
Just about us. We really just focus just on what we do, what we can produce week in and week out, and what our strengths are, and playing to that.
Yeah, nice one. You've got some key talent.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, talk us a little bit about some of those key players that you've got lining up for you tonight.
Look, I think Montea Sardi is one of our key players. She sets the tone in our game. She's been through our pathways. She came through 19s and 23s now, so I think she'll set the tone early. Mid-quarter, centre, wing defence as well. So I think she will be a key indicator out there tonight.
And she goes hard.
She does.
I love it.
She doesn't back down.
No,
you know, we have Kate Dwyer in goal shooter, but we also have amazing depth in our goals and defence. Like our whole game, all season, we've been able to put players on every single game. Obviously in finals it changes up, just depends on what's working. But we have the confidence in our full team. If they need to go on court, they'll step up and do their job.
No doubt they will. So we'll park the match. We'll talk about some other stuff. So you've been in netball forever.
Oh, for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, so generational.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about, because we have had your sister on. Yeah, we have had. So tell us a little bit about why you've been involved in netball.
So I think Mum got involved as soon as Sarah started playing down at Waverley District, and I don't think she's ever left. So she's been president, vice president, all that, and then all of us have just played along the way. My brother played when he was primary school, and then I started coaching when I was in year 6. Wow. Just like a junior, like under year 4 team for Melbourne Primary School.
So hang on, what year were you in?
Year 6.
You're in year 6.
But like as an assistant coach.
So you're helping, 12?
Yeah, helping the year 4s because just because I was there anyway. So Mum's like, oh, just go help them. So then I'll go before school, do training and all that. And then really haven't stopped coaching since then, different pathways and stuff. So Waverley District Netball Association is our representative program and I'm still involved in that.
Amazing. So
I still coach our open teams there but help with our younger teams as well. I do Caulfield Grammar and I've probably been there 10 years now. Not at first level, I started like year 8s and stuff and worked my way through. So now I'm doing first and we have a grand final against Geelong on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
If anyone wants to come.
So
that's a
teacher by trade or no, just go there and coach that. Okay.
So APS for Caulfield Grammar. It's the first year they've done grand final. So previous it's just whoever's end up top of the ladder. But this year it's grand final, so it's really exciting to be an opportunity to be in that first one.
Awesome.
This Saturday. But so that's and like throughout that. So VNL I started at Saints through their development program.
When you were what, 14?
Yeah, no. But yeah, so I really enjoyed the opportunity, and I just love giving back to the community and helping girls grow with confidence both on and off the court.
So has coaching always been the thing? What about playing?
Did play during my junior years, but not really.
Yeah,
like I played and then just got into coaching. I loved it.
Always coaching. Any umpiring or just solely?
No, I think it was when I was 14 or 15. I did some umpiring down at a local association, and then I got sick of that.
Of course, your mum would make you like.
You're there all day. You just do things, right?
Yep.
In the kiosk, umpiring, all that stuff.
Amazing. So, all right. So Caulfield Grammar. That's weekends.
Yeah.
What's your week look like?
So I do Melbourne Uni Monday night. Yeah. Tuesday night I have Waverley District. They're open.
Yes.
Wednesday night VNL.
Right.
Tuesday during the day we have Caulfield training as well. Tuesday night, it's not too late, but Caulfield Grammar, just during term 2 and 3. Yep. Friday's free, which is nice.
Oh, nice.
Saturday morning, Caulfield Grammar. Sometimes I'll go down to Waverley District on a Saturday afternoon, but not so much anymore.
Yep.
And then Sunday morning is indoor, so I do indoor coaching as well.
Yep.
And then Sunday afternoons, Waverley District.
Wowee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am lucky enough that with my netball coaching and a few other bits and pieces, I don't have to work full time.
Okay, good.
So I do some admin roles and stuff, but I don't actually have to work full time, which allows me to do all the netball.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
What a life. If you can have netball as like almost your income. Yeah, that's brilliant. So you mentioned indoor.
Yeah.
That's a different game.
It's completely different game.
When we talk indoor, we're not talking, well, we're talking sort of indoor, but we're talking nets.
Nets around, nets around the outside.
Give us a little bit of background of that one.
So I started doing that back in, when did COVID happen?
2020.
Gosh.
Do we have to,
no, like
does anyone have to remind
I feel like I've done it 4 years now.
Okay.
So Penny Forrest we were both doing state team manager, and she was doing it, so I got involved then. I've done it for the last 3 years. So last year, our 23 and under mixed team won double gold.
Oh, nice.
So we have 2 competitions, a 6-a-side and 7-a-side.
Yep.
So
what's the 6-a-side? Who's missing on the court?
You have 2 attackers, which can go halfway.
Right.
And you can shoot 2 pointers as well. And then you have 2 links, which run the whole court, so like your mid-court.
Yeah.
They can also shoot in 6s, and then 2 defenders.
Right. And then the 2 defenders can only come halfway.
Come to halfway, yeah.
And then the 2 links can go the whole way and shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who made up these rules?
I don't know, but it's a fun game. It's frustrating because it's replayed. If you touch it once and then pick it up, replayed.
Okay.
Yeah, so you practice that for normal netball or open court. But yeah, it's really fun. Got a good group of kids. They're all just really close friends as well, which makes a difference.
And you've gone to the states, like as in you've gone state levels, going to nationals with that one. Yeah.
So we're nationals this year is in Werribee in Melbourne in November.
Yep. Well, not a far trip on this occasion.
True. So we're really excited for that.
Over the bridge.
Having my home one is really exciting.
Yeah. Okay. So where did you go last year?
Last year we were in Brisbane.
And double gold.
Double gold.
Amazing.
Yeah. And Victoria aren't known for indoor, like Brisbane play it regular, like our VNL season. They actually have like a super league.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that something that we would look in the future?
We used to have it, and then it sort of faded away. Yep. Some centres are still working towards rebuilding it.
Okay, nice one. Yeah, I guess it would have died off a little bit during that C word.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's swing back to some finals action.
Yeah.
So. What's been the makeup to get to the team? So Melbourne Uni have been pretty successful over the last few years in the 23s and 19s.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about where you've sort of slotted in and how that's worked.
Yeah, so I came over 3 years ago.
Yep.
I did assistant coach when it was Div 1 with Tegan. And then last year I did assistant coach with the 23s with Sarah.
Yep.
And this year head coach for 23s.
Nice.
So our player-wise, we've been really lucky to maintain a core group of going through.
Yep.
So we did have 6 new girls join our team this year, but only 3 external from Melbourne Uni.
Okay.
The others were through our development program and stuff like that. So I think that's a key aspect for us, is being able to maintain those athletes through, and retention is really important to us. That, you know, we're building our athletes, so we want to continue to help them grow and continue to help them through the pathway.
Yeah, perfect. You mentioned Tegan Hopkins. She's been around for a number of years. Tell us a little bit about what Tegan's role is, because she's like the coaching director.
Yeah, she's sort of like our coaching director, head coach. So she's there training, she helps with training. She's assistant championship coach as well. So it's been great. You know, we can grab her, she can run stuff, especially these weeks leading to finals. champ girls are all at training with us, but we can really focus on the 23s.
Yeah.
So with Sarah, Teagues, I and Jackie, it's been really great. But Tegan's just a really great support. Like you can go to her, ask her something, hey, can you watch this, see me what you thought, or can you run something like this? So she's been a really great support for me, and I love working with her.
Nice one. What's your level of coaching accreditation? Where are
I'm
you?
an advanced.
Advanced. So okay, so you're well on your way.
Yeah.
Is there aspirations? I mean, there's a vacant gig now as of today. There's a few now.
Look, probably in the future, probably just at this stage have a lot on, and high performance is the next one is quite in depth. But I believe Sarah and Tegan have started it. Okay. I'm not 100% sure though, but I think they have.
Yeah, nice one. You had a bit of success for the club on the weekend. There was a certain goalkeeper. She didn't get onto the court, but how good is it to have someone like Maggie Karras
100%
come through Melbourne Uni? So has she been at the club regularly this year, or what's been the
not as much as like previous years when she was training partner and stuff, but we have seen her occasionally and stuff like that. She came to the clinic at our home game, signed some autographs and stuff, but so exciting for her and the success of the Vixens this year. Yeah,
nice one. I'm going to let you go to the You've got one player over there, she's got her dress on.
She's probably in the change room.
Yeah. Anna's over there, I don't know if we can see her on the camera, but she's been a guest of the Transverse Line, so good luck for tonight.
Thank you so much.
A little gift bag, couple of netballs in there for you. Wish you all the very best.
Thank you very much.
We hope to see you back here next week, but if not, I know you'll be in the stands watching because you love your netball.
That's it. Thanks so much.
Thanks for joining us. Welcome back to the Transverse Line. I'm joined by Burundara defender Sarah Sokulski. Welcome to the Transverse Line.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Sokulski, I'm okay to say it, pronounce it, spell it.
Yeah.
A few commentators might just go Sarah S. Where does this surname originate from, and how do your coaches go with it?
So it's Polish from my dad's side, and his family all have come over from Poland, so it's good to have that kind of background as well. It can be hit and miss, like you said. Some people you can say it once and they get it straight away. Normally I'm quite used to giving it phonetically, especially for any announcers. So I normally give it phonetically, like Sir Kulski, and that normally helps them. But I'm used to honestly a bit of everything. So
what's the best one you've heard, do you reckon?
I think it's worse when people attempt and then halfway give up. I was like, I'd rather you just give me something really bad and keep going. But I've had one or two where they start and then they get a bit lost and jumbled and they kind of just die out. And I think that's worse. Yeah, just give it a crack.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So defence for Burundara tonight. What's the game plan? What have we got for the match against City West Falcons?
I think a big thing for us, especially in the circle, is just having a go. That's you can get the ball if you have a go. If you don't even go for it, you have zero chance basically. So I think a big thing for us is just we know some goals are going to get scored on us, but it's about just keep having a go and seeing what we can get. And just making the most of what we do get as well is going to be super critical.
Is it a team defence kind of thing? Because obviously such a tall goal shooter, we know that then the mid-court really come into play in terms of that team defence. Has that been something that you've been practising?
Yeah, 100%. It's not even so obviously centre and wing defence with Casey and Taylor, it's all the way up the court. Bella has also pulled out a few intercepts in the Ruby. Barkmeyer also, we know, is very good in getting intercepts, and Zali's a really good hustler as well. So it's really that full 7-on defence, not leaving it sort of down to us at the end, because we know once Falcons get going, they have very good ball release. So if you give them an opportunity, they're just going to let it go. So it's about everyone sort of getting on, doing the most to try and hold them up, because in our game 2 weeks ago, that's when that sort of worked for us, and we sort of were able to get it to hold a little bit more, give us a chance to get around.
Now, you've been quite successful in your VNL career, and of course it has been a little bit with City West Falcons as well. So tell us your pathway. You grew up in the country. Tell us a little bit about your journey all the way to VNL.
Yeah, when you reached out to me, I actually did a bit of sort of a think in my mind, because I knew that was probably going to be a bit of a topic of conversation. So I think I've been probably privileged with the games and the teams that I've been a part of. So started off in a country town of Seymour in the Golden Valley, sort of about 50 minutes from Shepparton, and that's where I still play my footy netball now, because it's very close to my heart to give back to them.
Shout out to Seymour Lions.
Yes, Seymour Lions. We've also got Casey Adamson as our head coach, and Ali Black is also a part of my team as well.
Senior Lions are going okay.
Yeah, Senior Lions are going okay. So I started with them. It was actually Marg Lind who saw me up there. And
she's got a very good eye for netball.
She does. Yep. She got me to trial for the SSV state team, so under 15s, which I made. And then from there, they wanted me to go and just get some extra training with Falcons. So that was my first VNL exposure. I also did the Netball Vic Pathway and Dig Talent Academy, or Zone Academy as it was called then. And we had, can't think of coaches' names on the top of my head, but we had a Blaze coach, a part of it. I think there was a couple with Falcons as well, which is where I was. So I think I came in as an injury replacement for Falcons when I was 15, so the first age I could. I stayed with them a year after that, and I'm pretty sure we made a grand final and lost, unfortunately.
So that was in the 19s?
Yes, in the 19s. I then went across to Blaze. So I was there 2 years in 19s. Second year we made a grand final and lost. Common theme happening here. And then I spent 2 years in their championship team there as well. As obviously a real young, fresh out of 19s. Whole lot of experience around me. You had your Sarah Hogan, you had Stacey, there's so Al McDonald was in there at that stage. Libby Nickel, Ty Coppinger,
settle down. All the names.
Caitlin Black. There were so many experienced players around me.
Still playing, by the way.
And so many of them are still playing as well. So
brilliant.
I learnt so much. We also won a grand final there. Finally got that win. But again, so many like finals experiences. And you know, as a fresh 19-year-old, I learnt so much from that group. Like Kate Upton, who is obviously coaching now and has done fantastic things. Just so much knowledge was gotten from there. I then in 2019 wanted a bit more of a go. So I was sort of looking around and Falcons reached out, said they sort of had a spot. So I was like, I know that group, I know, you know, what I'm going into. So decided to go back there. I think Zoe Davies was there at the time. So me and her had a really good relationship together in the circle. I think we made finals 2019. 2020 COVID, I think we'd done quite well at the start of the year of that. 2021, I think we also did quite well. I think I spent time out with an ankle injury and a very bad illness. So not a whole lot of time spent there. 2022, obviously won a grand final. So another opportunity in finals and grand finals, and that's obviously a part of the three-peat that they did the past few years, which unfortunately ended up against me. And then, so after that 2022 year, moved across to Express, where I obviously still am now, and we've obviously made the grand final the past 2 years, and sort of built quite a close-knit group, which is super enjoyable.
And there was a knee injury amongst all of that as well? Don't want to put the moz on you, but you obviously had to come back from a knee reco.
Not quite.
Well, not full.
So bit of a weird explanation. Don't ask me how you do an injury in warm-up. But pretty much just landed, tried to turn. I think, couldn't even tell you what happened, but it just felt like my knee stayed one way, I was turning the other way. Felt just like something. And it's not even that it hurt, it was more just that was super scary. So I think I didn't even tell anyone, I just walked off crying. And put a bit of context, this was also at ANC. And I was playing for Northern Territory. So
we'll get to that,
not even with sort of a home comfortable group of people. So I had to go get an MRI and found out literally the next morning that I had torn the root of my meniscus, which I had no idea what that was, but it's not great. It's where it connects to your bone. Pretty much told I'd need surgery and to see an orthopedic surgeon. So went and did all that stuff, got the surgery, had to be non-weight bearing for 6 weeks and in one of those big dramatic hinge braces. So on crutches in that. Then after the 6 weeks I was able to start working out how to walk again, which is obviously a tough thing to do. Still in that cross brace, kept that on I think for another 6 weeks. I think it was like 10 to 12 weeks total. But then I had to learn all the fun things, running, jumping, getting over like the fear of it as well. And that was all happening in pre-season. So I was watching all the girls put in all the hard work and I was kind of just there at the side. Then watched round 1 happen in 2024, where we did beat Falcons by a goal.
Which was the replay of the grand final?
The grand final, yeah. So that was super hard to watch.
Falcons' only loss for that year.
That one, yeah. So that was super hard to watch, to not be able to be a part of that, because that was so fantastic what the group were able to do then. But then I came back the very next week and sort of started to get things going. I wouldn't say it was my best year, and I think I probably pushed it a little bit too much too early, because I was probably having a little bit of FOMO from it. So I think
all want to be out there.
it's really hard to watch your team go. So, but I think, you know, I made it through last year, and this year I got a full pre-season, full gym, like just went as hard as possible, and I think I'm reaping the rewards from that now.
Love to hear that. You did mention the Northern Territory. So tell us how you got involved in playing for the Northern Territory amongst the ANC competition.
Yeah, super random. But obviously your territory states like Northern Territory, you have ACT and Tassie don't have as much talent to select from, or the numbers as well in terms of participants.
And it's more so about the competitiveness when you get to those competitions. You want some evenness in terms
you
of
don't want a team to go in and get absolutely smashed. So.
And it will be good for the players who are from there to be playing with experienced and absolutely.
So I got reached out to by Northern Territory and was asked if I wanted to import. I'd imported for Tassie in my underage years, so I kind of had a little bit of an understanding about how to go in as an import and sort of the things that go on there. So I think that probably helped me go in, and it wasn't as scary as if it was my first time. So got to go meet them. They were fantastic.
Fly up or?
So I flew up one time in 2023 and then went and played with them in Brisbane, which is obviously when I did my knee, so I didn't technically play with them. But then fast forward to this year, I then got the call up again, obviously with SSN reserves, and the finals weekend we got to be a part of the playing tournament. So the coach from 2023 was also the coach for 2025, Penny Shearer, who's their CEO.
Who's their CEO? It's amazing what she does.
She's an amazing human being. She rang me and she said, oh, like, would you want to? And straight away I said yes. I was like, didn't even have to think about it. Like, I really wanted to go and give back to that group because they did so much for me during my injury, but also I really enjoyed my time. So I got to go up there and do their selection camp with their group, which was, like you were saying, super rewarding for me, but also I was able to give a few little tips and pointers to some, especially the younger ones that were coming in and trialling. So that was super exciting. We got to do a simulation camp in Sydney. And then we went and did the tournament, and it was super enjoyable, and I really enjoyed being able to say that I had represented them fully. So.
And of course, Penny, she was at the grand final. I caught her at the grand final in the after party. Waved to Penny. But she's the first one up in the Northern Territory to achieve, I think, is it a elite or high performance coaching?
Pretty sure it was a high performance.
Yeah, so amazing what she's doing. And then, as you said, as the CEO of Netball Northern Territory. She's
an amazing human being, an amazing coach, an amazing leader for that area, and it was super exciting. We got to be a part of a high performance accreditation as well, because she did get a SSN reserves. So we got to celebrate that as well. So that was super nice just to be a part of that step in not only Penny's career, but also for Northern Territory and having that high level accredited coach.
Yeah, nice one. Of course, we know each other because we used to work together here at Netball Vic, so you're familiar with the surroundings here. But now you work at...
Yeah, I do work at Basketball Victoria.
So that other ball sport?
So I do competitions over there, which is similar to the role I was doing with netball. So that's super rewarding to be able to step into a different space and also have some fresh eyes into the space as well. I think has been super rewarding for not only myself, but also for the basketball, I hope.
And it keeps your netball, I guess, fresh, because when you hear it can be netball, 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 and a little bit more netball. And I know everyone, you know, there's a lot of people who have a lot of netball in their life, but when it's your actual career and then you want to step out and play, especially at the level you do, there's a lot going on. So the difference with basketball, it keeps it fresh for you?
Yeah, 100%. I think once I sort of stepped away, I realised that freshness is super nice, and it's sort of keeps things new and going on, so I can separate especially work from netball as well, because netball, I'm sure for me, as it is many other people, is sort of an outlet. So being able to have those completely different now, I think has changed my mentality, both in a workspace but also in a netball space, and I think has kept me going as long as I have.
Yeah, nice one. We'll come back to the match that you've got on tonight. What's been at training? How have you trained to get yourself to here tonight? So what was last week's training sort of schedule?
So we just keep everything stock standard. We train on Monday night, do a 2-hour court session. We hold ourselves to a really high standard. So we will repeat things we're not doing good. We'll come in as just a group without the coaches if something's not going right, and just have a bit of a chat about how we need to step up and how we're going to train is how we're going to play. So that's a big thing we really pride ourselves on, is sort of the standard that we hold all of us to, even to, we have training partners come in, we have some of our 23 step up, we all hold each other to the same standard.
Nice one.
I think that's sort of what pays off for us as well.
And of course you've got some very good coaches. Tell us a little bit about the coaching staff that you've got at Burundara.
Yeah, so we obviously have Wendy and Lisa, which is super exciting. I think having Lisa this year, especially for me as a defender, and Lisa's such a great defensive coach.
So this is Lisa Gallard?
Yes, has been absolutely fantastic for me. I think that's kept everything fresh and new for me as well, because obviously I think I've been around the VNL space for about 13 years, 12, 13 years.
And it's amazing because you're only like, what, 23?
28?
Yeah.
That's all right, we'll take a couple down. But having her come in fresh eyes and sort of back me in as a player has been super rewarding. And I think, again, that's showing what I've been able to do on the netball court. I think in the last few years I've really grown from where I was, which is so strange talking about someone who's, you know, I think from about that 26 to where I am now at 28, it's really a little bit different to peak towards the end of your career, but not sort of be that sort of up and coming youngster. So it's been super rewarding for me to be able to keep growing as I'm getting older.
I mean, Jo Weston's putting out her best.
I mean, look at her.
So yes, but yeah, the likes of Lisa and Wendy, they would make a very good combination that you head towards the bench at quarter times. We don't want to look too far ahead. It's just about what happens in the 60 minutes. Is there any little cryptic sort of signals that you have with your teammates? How do you get yourself to make sure that you're all in the right frame of mind for a prelim final?
I think a big thing for us is just our connections. So I think especially in the circle with myself and Ruby Peckinsley or Sophie Shoebridge, we're big on just, no matter if we've gotten a turnover or the ball's been scored, we're big on like a high five, a tap, an eye lock, even just like a word, like something just to keep that connection. And I know that's something big we talk about, doing 5-minute blocks and keeping connected. So we try and do that all across the court. I might go up to Taylor Brown at wing defence at sort of if the ball's down the other end, or if she's done something fantastic, and just either, again, like a tap, something I say to her, something she says to me, just lock eyes, just try and keep everyone connected, because I think that's going to go a long way for us.
I love hearing this, because the kids that I coach, please make sure you've heard this, because I swear I say this every week. When the ball's the other end, make sure you're communicating with your teammates. So if you're in defence, the ball's up the other end, you're making sure that you know what's going to happen in that next passage of play, and perfect. Kids, listen. Brilliant. I'm going to let you go warm up and get everything ready for a prelim final, but a little gift for you from Energetic
so
with our sponsors. Good luck for tonight. We hope to see you next week, and of course, good luck to the Seymour Lions.
Yes, up the Lions.
Up the Lions. But thank you, Sarah, for joining us on the Transverse Line.
Thank you so much.
Yay. Thanks to DHM Talent Management, we'll whip through the scores of the prelim final, the penultimate round of VNL, and we're going to start with the 23s, where it was Melbourne University Lightning, too good for Northeast Blaze, 64-46, and in the championship division, it was City West Falcons getting up over Burundara Express, 61-55. That sets up our 2 grand finals for next week. And in the 23s, it's Geelong Cougars versus Melbourne University Lightning. And in the championship division, it's the Battle of the Birds, Hawks Netball versus City West Falcons. Of course, all these scores and finals wrap-up is brought to you by DHM Talent Management. That's that's it for another episode of the Transverse Line. Thanks so much for joining us. A big thank you as always to our two sponsors, both DHM Talent Management and Energetic, for all of your support, along with our two special guests, both Steph Norton from Melbourne University Lightning and Sarah Sokulski from Burundara Express. The courts are empty here at the moment, but it's all happening out on Court 1 in the grand final next week. But speaking of grand finals, how good was this mob? Maybe a premiership photo over there in a few weeks to come. Congratulations to Simone and Kate and Kip and all the girls for the premiership for the Melbourne Vixens. Of course, we'll be back here, as mentioned, Court 1 for the VNL Grand Final. In the 23s, it's Geelong Cougars up against Melbourne University Lightning, and in the Championship Division, it is Hawks Netball versus the City West Falcons. So until next week, when you can come back to the Transverse Line, I hope you have a little bit of fun through netball.